Hey guys, welcome back to Trekyards. He's Commander Cockings.
He's got a Foley.
Today's April 1st, and we got some very interesting news today. Just came out. Breaking news. We got a press packet. Star Trek 4 is finally going to be a thing after all these years of ridiculousness.
Will there be whales? Better watch and find out. And while I might have a cold, this news is hot, hot, hot. Because it's pretty substantial what we've been given here. You know, this isn't just like a Franklin poster or an accidental leaked Stargazer on the back of a chair. It's like they want people to talk about this and actually, you know, let's be honest. I think they knew that going into 5 times cancelled, 4 times rewrites, 6 directors, they were like, seriously, proof, because look. It's probably a smart play, so well done for them for doing, you know, a bit more work. I commend them for that.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, the title, Star Trek After Infinity, is kind of...
gives me some Toy Story vibes, I'm going to be honest, but...
well,
you know...
I'll read the description that it has here, so...
We have a synopsis, cool.
Let's see. Star Trek After Infinity catapults audiences into an electrifying new chapter set a decade after Star Trek Beyond. 10 years after, that's awesome. The crew of the USS Enterprise A, embarking on their 3rd 5-year mission, faces unforeseen perils when a distress signal leads them to encounter V'ger. Oh my god.
Well, that's a spoiler.
Powerful entity of
a great twist.
Well, I mean, this is what they do, right? They steal off other movies. Admiral James T. Kirk, commanding his seasoned crew, grapples with the
although imagine, right, if they're spoiling it because, and we don't know this, what if the twist is that it's actually our V'ger from our universe, from Star Trek, and therefore we get a new Decker and Alia? Like, that would be, like you say, oh, it took us 10 years to make number 4, so we're going to go back and finish an arc with redo. Sorry, I just want to throw that in there, because that got me interested by that. That's too obvious to say it, right? That feels like that would be yeah.
Anyway, it grapples with the enigmatic threat of V'ger as it begins to wreak havoc on nearby star systems. As tensions mount and the Enterprise A races to intercept V'ger before it reaches populated worlds, Kirk must confront his own mortality and the legacy of his past actions. As the Enterprise A crew confronts the immense power and intelligence of V'ger, they are forced to confront existential questions about their place in the universe and the nature of life itself.
Now, do you think they're going to have a CG digidouble de-aged, or, you know, like the Carrie Fisher in Rogue One? Because obviously the joke of Into Darkness, they just called up old Spock. Do you think they're going to get... Because they're the guy from the... maybe the Octane guy, you know, Otoy, maybe they're going to hire him, get a voice double, and have, Spock happened to give 20 or 30 big endangered warnings. That would be a nice thing.
Well, it seems... I mean, I don't have a cast list in front of me, but it seems like Spock might have been recast. I don't know. It just... From the pictures, it just doesn't feel like Zachary Quinto at all.
Maybe he's still too young?
I don't know. Maybe he's off on... Maybe it's another Vulcan, actually, Xon, and he's off doing something else. Because this is like 10 years later, so...
Which also leads me to instantly jump on Admiral Kirk.
Yeah, I know.
It's like... in Wrath of Khan and such, you know, he earned Admiralty, but to go from cadet to captain in 6 months to then go... and then I think Beyond was, 5 years after? So to go from cadet to admiral in, like, let's say maximum 20 years. Very on point, but I guess that allows Chris Pine to have grey hair, because he's a lot older than he was. He looks a lot older. He wouldn't play the young anymore. But it's like, really, guys, very on brand, but youngest admiral ever.
Yeah. Well, we also have a tweet here as well from Aaron Ennis. You guys can follow him at STAI guy on Twitter. But in Star Trek After Infinity, we're charting a bold course into unexplored realms of storytelling, where the spirit of exploration meets the boundless depths of human experience. Get ready to embark on a journey that will challenge your perceptions and ignite your imagination like never before. Oh my god. It's such a canned response from an executive.
Yes, but I feel like the boundless depth of the human experience is clearly a play on V'ger from TMP. I mean, that's like right out of that playbook. I mean, if you're going to tell us V'ger, then you can argue that the PR team will allow them to give the hints as to the side story. But I don't know, would they go alternate universe back again? Or is that too logical? I don't know who the director is, but is that too fan? Or are they going to be like, it's just V'ger killing people again? It's like, oh, yeah.
Well, the whole thing seems fan to me because, I mean, V'ger, really? Like, you didn't learn your lesson with Khan? I mean, John Harrison? Like, seriously.
But there's more you can do with that, though, because I guess you could argue if it's the same V'ger, like, so there's not an alternate universe plot twist, that in theory that V'ger would be unaffected by any of the timeline changes because it's too far away. And maybe you could argue there's some prescient sense that it knew this is not how reality is meant to be or something, but just there are many universes, right? You could play into that maybe, like, it's the V'ger we know, but then or because obviously the Klingon Empire is more technologically more militaristic, maybe the first scene will be the Katingas again, but actually Wood does a good job. Wow, what a twist! Wow. Because the V'ger probe that gets destroyed.
Now, it's interesting, because in this press packet there's some images, and there's one of an alien. So I don't know if the aliens are in control of V'ger, or if perhaps they're just one of the species that's in danger because V'ger's on its way.
Well, Beyond, I think, I wouldn't say famous for, but they made a big deal out of 50 new alien designs for 50 years, and the makeup was beautiful. So I'm assuming this is just maybe, that's a chef there, but I assume they just want to continue the trajectory of having very good makeup because it's a tremendous looking alien. It's kind of a militaristic bipedal Roswell. You know what I mean? It's great. I love the armor. Very textural. Kind of gives me sci-fi Lord of the Rings vibes. But actually looks right at Beyond. Like, maybe this is one of the... I'll be honest, I don't remember the aliens that well. Maybe it was out of Beyond and I just didn't know. But yeah, cool. Yeah, I mean, it
it's on Yorktown Station, yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
Now, scrolling through, I mean, a lot of the interiors do look kind of movie era. Like, I think they're going for that kind of vibe. The uniforms haven't changed. They didn't do Monster Maroon, I don't think.
Well, there's a couple of background extras that are variants, which look kind of like the Star Trek Renegades. The Scotty Shuttle one, which is a weird shuttle design. There's, like, black top bits. That's kind of... so perhaps they're, like, security, which I quite like. Although, I'll be honest... Not a huge fan of the spacesuit design. It's very 2001. I know that I was about to quibble about he's an engineer. Maybe Orange is engineer for spacesuits. Okay, fine. Maybe you could argue, yes, different colour per spacesuit. And obviously in the charts they were bright red, but it just feels too 2001 to me.
Well, interestingly enough, there's the one shot of the security, I guess, because they're all red with the red helmets. They're kind of a Monster Maroon color. But mixed with Discovery, because there's
Although my God, Power Ranger helmets. They want the helmets back.
There's even some interiors that look very Discovery-esque in their coloring and stuff as well. Like, it's not the updated that they're going for.
But... I mean, this Starfleet command shot, it's fascinating because it reads Discovery, but like Stranger World Discovery. Because I like the wood paneling, it's nice. I'm assuming this is like an opera hall that they've just found. Obviously, like the top is a CG replacement and the screens are, or like a cafeteria for like a big office build, like a Parliament building. Like it has that sort of like, which is fine. Like they did that all the time for Trek. Although imagine if that's like a ship, like the central some new like Starfleet command space station ship thing, and there's like this giant view.
Space station.
That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool. Now we also got, oddly enough, a shot of a weapon, which I don't think is a phaser.
Kind of a space taser. Because the flat end rides with like a taser bolt.
It does. Oh my goodness, I don't know.
What are we? MacGuffin gun, perhaps? I don't know. It's weird to show us. Well, it's nice. It's fine. Obviously, if you're adding aliens, you can do whatever. And then obviously after that, the Uhura shot, new comm badge and new uniform. That's a variant. Like maybe she gets transferred to space station.
Well, that badge actually looks very Bajoran. I wonder if she's transferred somewhere. It's kind of like a new Kelvin take on the Bajoran symbol,
Maybe this is 10 years. She should be captain by now. No, she's pretty more famous for her work. We know that they said in the film she was more talented than implied Michelle was. Perhaps she's doing like a rounds on loads of ships and stations as like a teaching person, and therefore they obviously every new ship a new badge, and maybe there's like a sequence where she's like, right, day 64 my journey, new badge, hey, I'm on things extra, I'm on Yorktown Station. That'd be kind of I know who's the main character, right? Like, because Uhura, we know Zoe Saldana is great. Everyone loves her, right? Tremendous actress. Vija is all about communication with, well, we assume humans and whatnot. So I guess you could say Zoe be a. I mean, is she bigger than? She's certainly bigger than Zachary Quinto. He didn't do much after Star Trek's too much like movie. Chris Pine obviously high. Maybe it's more of a talking to them. Maybe she works out some sort of code. So I could see her being pulled into a forefront character.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to think of this, honestly. At least we're finally getting the movie, I guess. But I still maintain I'll believe it when I'm in the theater with popcorn.
Well, they've clearly put lots of money in. I mean, there's sort of McCoy, and he's in another variant uniform, and with a pretty good alien makeup. I mean, there's an Ilea. I mean, I was right, even with the light beam, which is cool. I wonder if that's with the Starfleet armor, right? So I'm assuming that's them being a little cheeky foreshadowing. We're gonna put red lights that hit just her neck, just to tell. Yeah, we know she's gonna get a neck implant thing. That's quite a cool spacesuit. I like the bold yellow delta. Gives me like Lower Decks vibes. Because that's like I mean, that's nice. Actually, quite a nice image. Don't know I recognise the actress, but I mean, that's an Ilea looking personage. As a captain's chair fan, we have a shot of the captain's chair with a. Like almost like a Picard, a Stargazer back piece. Like it almost has that. Like, what do you think of this chair?
Yeah, the chair. Looks like a really cool captain's chair. It does feel it feels very Discovery-esque. Even the archway behind it. It seems like maybe an older ship. I mean, they did the Franklin and beyond.
It's labelled Enterprise A, so.
Well, then I'm not happy.
So I actually kind of disagree. I think this feels very TNG, Enterprise D like, in the abstract sense. Because look, they've got the folding. I know they move them, but the things on the arms that go up, that's like you can see them, you understand them, and I almost sense it'll be like the smartphones that flip, like actually just taking smartphones and it does have a sort of a TNG bulk to it. Obviously more like sports chair or gamer's chair, right? But that's their visual redo. But I wonder if that's implying we're future progressing faster than our universe.
Well, it's got the color of TNG, the Enterprise D bridge for sure. And I'm wondering if that delta, it looks like it's a metallic delta that sticks out. That must be really comfortable to sit in.
I like to be space metal, where any blunt force, it's soft. Yeah. Speaking of soft, did you have Decker? Yeah, they're actually going full on Decker. Not a ringing, not a lookalike. They've not gone for looking like the guy from the movie. I don't think. I wouldn't say he was same vibe. His hair is too nice.
And I don't know if the uniform just feels older to me. I don't know if this is like a flashback scene or something.
Maybe
the whole thing's got like a weird visual look to it. I don't know what the.
Well, it's clearly deliberately stylized. It's because unlike when the first three came out, Apple Store, an action movie, you've now got Discovery and Picard to go against, and it can't look like them, and neither do you want it to. So they've now got to do something different after different after different. You know what I mean? It's a harder challenge. Although I do quite like, I'll be honest, the two. So his uniform was another episode review of the uniforms, way more TOS. But there's the patch, textured front, and then a padded. I actually quite like that two texture vibe. It gives it a nice flow. Actually, I think that's quite cool. Actually,
and there aren't deltas everywhere.
No, it's just a texture. Yeah. Yeah, actually, although you can kind of see almost like sewn in leather lines, which I mean, space leather.
Also, the sickbay image looks quite impressive. Again, it gives me kind of Strange New Worlds vibes.
That one, yeah.
But there's an interesting alien there too. So this image, I noticed it's different. It's a variant uniform. It may be a Commodore or a Starbase
and Delta. Unique Delta.
Yeah. So maybe a Commodore or like Fleet Admiral or something. He's old, so he's obviously got presumably a high rank.
Kind of gives me Harrison Ford vibes, like knockoff Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
And what do you think? Because it certainly has a step towards Wrath of Khan. There's almost a line as if you could pull the flap. But what do you think that detail is? Because it sort of blends in. It's not quite like on a seam line. Is that a deliberate thing? Or is that like a Beryllium patch from 6?
I think it's a deliberate thing.
Because I want to say translator, because they'd have like a microphone maybe.
I think it might just be rank. That's why I think it's a
Oh,
Commodore or something.
right.
It's
Okay.
It's something
Okay.
special to the uniform to indicate like fleet.
Oh
level
god,
or
don't
something.
think they're going to do something really just ridiculous where like it's like a hologram. It's like, so what's your rank? It's like, oh yeah,
Maybe
thanks.
maybe it's a mask generator. Maybe this is Kirk in disguise, and that's like a holographic overlay of the face to make the old appearance.
Although, wouldn't you want to hide the mask generator? What's that? A
Well,
mask generator.
the aliens wouldn't know if they're talking to an alien or something.
Although, my goodness, have we got a TARDIS in the room? It's cool. If that's the new warp core, I somewhat like it because it's as if saying we've streamlined the process so much, we've got so advanced, but by God, is it a TARDIS?
At least it's not a brewery.
No, well, indeed, it feels like a science room. But warp, is that too small for warp core? Like, if that was the warp core, what would you say?
I'd be fine with that. It has all the vibes of a warp core and an engineering room, and I think that's likely what it would be.
And in fairness, that second plate layer probably goes back down and locks in, and then there's like a. So I think that's what it is. There's a blue. So we're seeing the bottom of the warp core goes down. There's a top. So it's actually because this looks like, I think if you load that down, it would be a core on a podium versus. It's cool though. I like it. It's different, but I know what it is, right? That's the testament for good art design. If the artist that drew this or sketched it, whatever, like knew how to interpolate what we want to see as fans, and yet that's cool.
Oh, there's also a interesting shot of Pike, I think, in a chair, but a very weird looking ship design. I wonder if we're going to see the interior of V'ger. Like, they actually get to a control room of sorts in V'ger. Because that doesn't look anything like we've seen in any of the other images.
Radical, I know, but they could actually finally be embracing the Mandalorian LED wall tech to have, they build 5 or 6 custom captain's chairs, and the whole bridge is LED wall, and therefore we actually have, the Intrepid warp in and that wouldn't that be amazing to actually have this giant field and not just be a repainted 09 bridge, whatever, to be the the darkness ship? Like, does that because that looks, there's a sort of separation that looks like it could be background a digital wall.
Would you be fine with that for a movie?
Yeah, because it's not like the hero ship, right? And it lets you have a giant fleet. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that would broaden it out hugely, and then it implies that versus or the only ship in the sector around Earth. We could actually have a fleet sequence with V'ger and a whole fleet warp in. I mean, that's cool. And it's cheap. This is cheap, but effective, and that's good filmmaking.
I gotta say, I like the uniform. I like that jacket.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, he's got all these 2 watch things that McCoy had in the previous scene.
Yeah.
They're like medical instruments. They look similar. Maybe he's been injured and he's having the like biomonitors, and he's like, yeah. Yeah, lots you could do with that. We do actually have a shuttle. Yeah, it must be a shuttle, which is a sort of. It's like if it was whiter, it'd be like an Orville shuttle, but it's not.
It doesn't feel like Starfleet. It definitely looks like a civilian kind of like.
Well, it feels
yacht.
like it would be. Well, yeah, it feels like one of the ships that would be at TMP, the first scene where he comes in on one of the trams. It feels like a slightly modern tram. True.
Yeah.
So it could just be, be a bit weird if he does, we replicate the same scene from TMP. They come in, it's like, but that's out of order. We've already had card. Now we're doing. But it's cool. I mean, thanks for showing a ship.
Another shot of the same alien, but like, very different alien, but a bunch of them together.
Well, that does feel CG to me. I don't think that's a practical makeup. Something about the skin texture. Although, but that's fine. I mean, hey, we know they often do cold opens. So if there's an alien planet ship, those weren't words. If we know there's a cold open and an Admiral, hey, picture this: Admiral Kirk uses the Enterprise A, who's not the captain of, but Decker is, be about this planet, and they're doing this negotiation. Nice, happy, gentle thing. And we set up how different Kirk is as an Admiral now, and how Decker is. That, because cold opens are a great way of re-establishing who they really are. Yeah, it'd be great, and it's a great looking alien. And actually, for some reason, I think this is a small alien, like a 4-footer, like it just the way the proportions are. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like it.
And it looks like we have Simon Pegg back, and it's green. He's drinking green stuff because, of course.
I don't know if this is deliberate, but he's wearing a green, like, Paddy's Day TOS uniform underneath, like, a dress uniform jacket.
Yeah.
In a bar drinking a green. Now, I'm not against him doing a Paddy's Day episode reference, because he's Scottish. Okay. But it feels a bit odd to have, like, the fact that I saw that straight away. But I do like it having a blazer that has rank. That's kind of interesting. It's a bit odd, but if he's, like, civilianing...
Yeah.
Which clearly is, he's at a bar.
And I've noticed in most of these pictures, people are wearing wristwatches or, like, devices.
Yeah. Well, in TMP, they had wrist communicators. These are just better.
Well, exactly, yeah. Maybe that's what they're going for, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've never had comm badges in JJ, so maybe they are going one step forward, just saying, oh, they're just smartwatches. Which is...
That's actually kind of cool, actually, if they do that. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's in, Starfleet issues watch communicators. Maybe we want to see more general, on planet. Or maybe this is the space station we saw previously. But, nice reference. Obviously, we hope Simon Pegg gets a lot to do. He's a talented writer, actor, and whatever. Clearly dyed his hair for it, though, because, he's looking a bit grey these days. But, hey, that's okay. Scotty's not that old. Unless he is 10 years later. I don't know.
The one thing that bums me out with this is there's been no release date mentioned, but at least they're moving forward with it.
Well, yeah, I mean, the pure variety of things. I mean, this isn't a quick thing, right? I mean, I guess you could argue that maybe the interior locations are all like CG art that they've done as like temp previs, so it's all like fake stuff. But I don't think that's true. I think it's all they're just taking screen caps of footage and used it, whatever. But it's broad variety. It looks like they haven't redone any Stranger World sets. It looks original, or a very good kit bash of. I think it's all original. No, yeah, they're obviously filming. Although it's odd we got the Michelle Yeoh Section 31 announcement of both filming and finishing filming.
Yes.
Obviously it's not the same people making it, but it's odd that this movie would then announce it with a, hey look, here's things. It's like, what do we... Okay. But I guess they've had a precedence of being dumb. Sorry guys. Not dumb, but announcing inappropriately. So I guess they thought, let's just do the reverse. Let's just start filming and not tell people. And boom, they're okay, wow. I guess, maybe...
Yeah, I don't know. And no director announced either.
Yeah.
That just seems really weird. Anyway.
Maybe it's a big celebrity one. Maybe... Oh, I don't want to think they've already had to, like, swap directors. I can imagine if they had,
maybe
like...
JJ's back. And he didn't want any bad press from his name, so he said... don't know.
I'm not thrilled about this. I don't know. Well, yeah, it's intriguing. I mean, Vija, it's one of those things where I would not have necessarily thought of that, but when you say it, it's like, of course they'd steal another idea. Of course they would. But it wasn't the best movie. Having Deckard Leah, how they'd be different. It's interesting. It brings up familiarity. But then having all the different life experiences means everyone will be different. Everyone, yeah.
And there's a Decker and Ilea in this by the looks of it. So,
that's what I'm saying, yeah.
It just really...
And probably they might have... Like, it's more like this happened to make sense, but the fact obviously Anton Yelchin, there is no Chekhov anymore in terms of actor to character, so they thought, okay, if we bring Ilea in as a Chekhov station, then we respected canon, obviously reference him in some way, either dying or staying alive, but you're not feeling his loss in the literal sense because you've done a logical swapperoo, kind of like Mbenga for Stranger Worlds. Oh, I see why you've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe like Chris Pine is too busy. Maybe he's not like less important. Maybe Decker is. I don't recognise the actor, but maybe he's more of a lead, possibly. I don't know. Maybe it's more of an ensemble piece. I don't know.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, that was exciting news to get today and to open up.
Got our brains whirring. I mean, I'm certainly interested to see a JJ Vija multiple ship Ilea thump battle. I don't know. Yeah. Make it, release it. Just don't announce release date. Maybe it's just not announce release date, just release it. It's like, no, promise it's coming. Here it is. Cinemas now.
Yes, because everybody hasn't believed the previous news. Anyway.
And they might not believe this, but there's proof, there's images. So stay tuned, it is coming. And they say, look, some far in production. So I would assume end next year? Mid next year?
Well, it's pretty finished, so I don't know. Maybe
those sets look finished. I mean, they that could be like, as you always said, like the first third of the picture, whatever. Don't know. Excited though.
Well, I mean, we want to hear what you guys think. Comment down below. Are you excited for this? We finally got it. Star Trek 4. Finally, after all these years of hit and miss.
And if you still don't believe them, even after all this proof, let us know in the comments. But, you should, because seeing is believing. And there they are. I'm sold.
And like the video, check out our regular content. This was a breaking news one, but and make sure you subscribe. Do all the things. You know the routine, guys.
Yeah, and donate if you can via Patreon, monthly service, join the channel, monthly service, super chatting on any of our lives. So thanks to any video like this, or like other videos around the April time, or just support us by liking, commenting, subscribing, all that kind of stuff. As you said, all helps out so much.
That's right. So until next time, he is Commander Cockings.
He's kind of Foley.
I'll see you guys later in the theater with popcorn this time.
Maybe I'll even fly to Stuart's house and we'll do a screen together. Crazy.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.